All right. So one problem that we deal with now, Donald Trump says a lot of really dumb, weird, crazy things that don't seem to be grounded in any form of reality, or he'll throw out some wild conspiracy on something and everybody's just like, I don't even know what that is. Where did that even come from? I don't understand or know what he's even talking about right now. And one of the latest things that he's latched onto and has mentioned multiple times is that Joe Biden signed pardons using an auto pen, meaning a machine that signed Joe Biden's signature to a document instead of Joe Biden actually physically signing that document with a pen himself. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Um, I don't know if Joe Biden signed pardons with a pen himself or whether they signed pardons with an auto pen. I find it hard to believe that they would sign them with an auto pen. Uh, I don't know. But again, it's like with things like pardons, it's the president's intent that counts. Did he intend to pardon these individuals? And clearly he did. He spoke about a lot of the pardons that he issued, and the White House put out press releases about pardons that he issued, and he was questioned by the press about some of the pardons that he issued, specifically like the pardon of his son Hunter Biden. He commuted a lot of people's death sentences who were on federal death row. I think he commuted every federal death sentence that's out there except for 3 people. But the auto pen is something that Donald Trump has really latched onto recently. And the problem is, it's like when Donald Trump speaks, it's like he's just mumble mouth gibberish. But the problem is that we have this whole right wing media echo chamber, ecosphere, and it's full of a lot of people who are very educated, they're talented, they're very smart, they're very articulate, and they speak on these issues much more with much more clarity than Donald Trump has, with much more force than Donald Trump has. A lot of them do. And if you've never seen or heard any clips of Steve Bannon's show, it's called The War Room. It's a podcast. He does it like 3 or 4 days a week for 3 or 4 hours at a time. So he's on the air a lot. And it's like you can watch it on his website, and they broadcast it live, I think either on Newsmax or OAN, one of those channels. And I've seen clips of it. I've watched episodes of it, and I'll put it this way. If you want like the full MAGA experience, like directly from the hose kind of thing, watch an episode of The War Room sometime with Steve Bannon and the people that he interviews and the things that he talks about and the things that they discuss as though they're real and actual and truthful and gripping the nation, like Joe Biden's auto pen. And so yesterday or today, Steve Bannon was interviewing Laura Loomer, who I think we've all gained some familiarity with at this point. Laura Loomer, who is not a member of the administration. Laura Loomer, who was rumored to be having a sexual affair with Donald Trump during the campaign, until senior folks at his campaign cut off her access. I mean, she was riding around on the jet with him, and she's not an advisor. She's not going to be part of the cabinet. She was just kind of hanging on. But now, despite the fact that she has no role in the administration, she's legit making personnel decisions for the Trump administration. I mean, she was in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, and she was yelling at senior members of the National Security Council who were present in the room. And then she's like, some of these people have to go. And then Donald Trump fired a bunch of those guys. And it's like, I read about that when that happened. And I was just trying to imagine what that must have been like for like a senior member of the National Security Council who had been a member of the intelligence community for, let's say, 20, 25 years. And you're ordered to the Oval Office by the President of the United States so that you can be yelled at by Laura Loomer and be accused by Laura Loomer as being incompetent and part of the deep state. And I'm like, that had to be a pretty fucking surreal experience for those folks. You're a member of the National Security Council and you are sitting in the Oval Office with the President of the United States and you're getting yelled at by Laura Loomer. And then you get fired because Laura Loomer told the president to fire you. That's insane. Anyway, Steve Bannon's interviewing Laura Loomer today. And I'm just going to read this article. I think I got this from rawstory.com. 10 times bigger than Watergate, reads the headline. Steve Bannon worries that Biden will die before testifying. I read that headline. I was like, what's he testifying? What's he testifying for? Is he going to court? Right-wing influencer Steve Bannon argued that former President Joe Biden's prostate cancer diagnosis was 10 times bigger than Watergate. That's one hell of a sentence right there. During an interview with MAGA ally Laura Loomer, Bannon suggested that aides had revealed Biden's cancer diagnosis to distract from recently released audio interview tapes, interview between special counsel Robert Hur and Joe Biden, in which Joe Biden appeared to be a very forgetful old man. Bannon, a former strategist for President Donald Trump, worried that Biden might die before the Department of Justice could investigate him. That sounds ominous. Quoting Steve Bannon. So, and this is kind of how he talks. He's like, so they reveal the cancer on Sunday after this thing blows up on Saturday, Friday night, Saturday. What then is to be done? What is your recommendation to the DOJ? What's your recommendation to the House of Representatives? What's your recommendation to investigative reporters? What should be done here, given that you may not have Biden around in 6, 7, 8 months, ma'am? As though he's like some, hard-hitting Mike Wallace on speed kind of thing. Laura Loomer that argued that doctors treating Biden, including his wife Jill, should have their licenses revoked and be sentenced to prison. She says, so, there definitely needs to be an investigation into all of the physicians who paid Joe Biden visits. I think all of his staff need to be subpoenaed, and there needs to be an investigation and charges brought against Dr. Jill, the fake doctor who has committed elder abuse, said Loomer. I can't fucking believe this is real. I can't believe that this is real. And there are people who pay money to subscribe to this and watch this. They pay money to watch this like 4 hours a day. Martha, it's almost time for Steve Bannon. Better get in here. You don't want to miss. He's going to have Laura Loomer on again today. Jesus, H-tap dancing Christ on a pogo stick. Laura Loomer continued, and he was terminally ill. That means those auto pen pardons are completely illegitimate. I don't think that these physicians should be allowed to practice medicine anymore. And then Bannon pops in. He's like, Laura Loomer is correct. This is 10 times bigger than Watergate. I said from the beginning, you got to investigate 2020. This is all of a piece. Ladies and gentlemen, we told you they were crooks. We told you he was illegitimate. And now in May of 2025, they finally released the tape so you can listen with your own ears, hear what you hear, the Robert Hur interview. Then they drop the bombshell. He's got cancer. He's terminal. And scene. I mean, what the hell is it? What even is that? Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Wow. Holy shit balls, man. That's just so insanely bizarre and weird. Wow. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click like and leave a comment and subscribe to my page. It's free to do so. It's free to comment. It's also free to click like. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And just, Steve Bannon interviews Laura Loomer. This is real life now. Oh, God. We are so screwed.